everyone, this is Yuming, and I'm here to share my reflection about the expert response. Luckily, I feel like we have a lot of similar. So the expert and I analyzing the Michelle's present compre circumstances, considering her family and her trauma, we both agreed to explore Michelle's mental health, drug use, family relationship, and surroundings. Then we analyzing Michelle's circumstances using the ecological system theory and trauma-informed practice. We address Michelle's mental health, drug use, domestic violence, and case safety. The intervention strategy took into account all phases that of her life due to the holistic approach, where reflection to 5P model and experience biophysical social evaluations emphasize the multi-dimensional assessment. We recommend the case management, individual counseling, and family therapy as a solution. This strategy helped Michelle's long-term healing and ingrat requirement. The expert's strength-based and recovery-orientation approach complements my trauma-informed care and the family system theory, though demonstrate starting our common goal of empowerment of Michelle. But we also have some different, and it made me have the critical reflection on this. I feel like my response focused more on family system theory, particular analyzing how Tom's controlling behaviors affect Michelle's and emphasizes the need for family therapy. I also proved a detailed plan to help Michelle gain the independence from Tom's control. And while the family system theory helps understanding family dynamics, the expert response emphasizes the person in environment framework, analyzing Michelle's environment from micro, meso, and macro levels. The perspective is more comprehensively Michelle's multi-layers needs, whilst my analysis might be narrowed down to focus on family units. In terms of specific intervention strategy, I proposed a more detailed approach, such as ACT and financial employment support, which were not mentioned in experts' response. I think while these strategies are actionable, the experts focus on the particular application of stream-based approach and recovery-oriented practice, such as supporting Michelle through language and communication, might be address her immediate need and help rebuild her confidence and sense of agency. Although the specificity, my strategy could be too technical to take Michelle's emotional dimension and sense of self-affected into account. So what I learned from it is the expert comprehensive assessment of Michelle's circumstances stress the need of many frameworks. The specialists use ecosystem theory to study the dynamics relationship between the macro level factors like the family interactions, the meso level factors like the child protection service, and the macro level factors like the social attitude towards women and stable use. This told me that although knowledge importance these levels, I have not fully analyzed them. For example, I highlight the social view on women and the drug use, but I didn't explore how affect Michelle behavior of self-image. In my macro level research, I found that the social aspect to women to be good mothers, I completely overlooked Michelle's deep guilty about her family, which was caused by macro level factors as the expo noted the society's expectation on women as a caregiver may cause Michelle to feel inadequate and mentally sick. The expert said we would be using a strange focus approach that doesn't focus make her feel like a failure, as she expressed in the hospital. I completely ignored the physiological sting she felt from her previous failures. The revelations of trauma-informed treatment was also surprising. The professional stress that trauma affects mental health and behavior like Michelle's drug use. My suggestion include trauma but not address safety, truthfulness, choice, cooperation, or empowerment instead of just highlighting the need of a safe workplace. The expert advised Michelle on safety precaution and the support networks. Trauma-informed care urging the experts to prove Michelle a variety treatment option to help her regain controlling and autonomy. I also learned the challenging basis and re-examine brief after thinking further about my original response. I realized my opinion was based on assumptions instead of considering Michelle's background or environment. I regret her explosive drug use as a habit that needs to be recovered, but the expert thinking that this activity is a good coping mechanism for mental health issues and the drug-related behavior issues. The shift of perspective made me realize how important the empathy and the understanding are in social work. I was ignore Michelle's usage of drinking and drug to cope. I have no idea how family control affect Michelle's mental health. And although I mentioned that the need of the family therapy, I did not dive into how Tom's action made Michelle feel powerless. The expert quite uh family system theory, noting that Tom's controlling over the finance not only made Michelle feel depressed, but also limited her autonomy. In fact, I thought the experts connect everything together. In her response, she thought analyzing the family issues Michelle faced, her childhood experience, and how led her to use drug to cope. All of this made her feel like her life is out of control and leads the feeling of frustration. But addressing these dynamics, I was able to prove a more comprehensive understanding of Michelle's situation and identify more effective. Uh, in fact, although I thought I noticed that her physiological issues and realized that she had been hurt in a different stage of her life, which had led to her depressive tendency of reflection, I realized that I focused too much on finding the way to influence to Michelle's and her children to have an experience of domestic violence and what to do if it have occurred. I overlooked the solution to Michelle's mental health issues, and the expert response made me reflect on this. And I realized that if I have done this, I might not have been able to help Michelle start a new life because I didn't rebuild her confidence or help her to remove parts from her past experience. Although I mentioned plans in my analysis, I did not connect her experience in detail. And the experience taught me that's the importance of examining my own business assumptions about family rules and dynamics, especially in case involving domestic violence. The other thing I've learned is my analysis may flaws when compared to the experts. I suggest ACT, but didn't explain how to fit Michelle's needs. The experts' detailed and faith-based advice made me realize I need to be more explicit, and I have overlooked the experts' suggestion. Uh, Let me realize to address ACT on Michelle's family environment and the high suicide risk, significantly improved producers would help me to more focus and more effective service. I discover I have ignored the ethical and legal issues a little bit. The experts stressed the need of understanding the Child Use and the Family Act and Family Violence Practitioner Act to protect clients. According to the expert, Michelle may be entitled for Family Violence Protection Act safeguard and assistance if she reports substandard domestic violence. After much deliberation, I decided to include my aggressive of the applicable and its political implications. I could demonstrate a deeper understanding and the legal system and social work if I did it and thinking more deeply. So my solution files from the expert after the research and additional source. Even though I use my own experience, the expert give me some research and tips for the future. The expert said that the Samantha's trauma infant treatment status may help the social worker to learn particular skills. Now I realize the need of implement evidence-based method and aggressively explore professional advertisements chains because to this study. Through the mentoring program Trauma Infant Therapy course and semesters two, I can stretch my skill to better help individual like Michelle. Uh, the other things I learned important is the interprofessional conversation. Also, uh, the expo made me realize how important it is. And the interprofessional interactions with the physiologists and the child protection group as a crucial. Michelle's need will be made with such a comprehensive approach. Together with these doctors, we can prove more uh, fit care for Michelle. And this region's approach ensure that Michelle gets the finest possible treatment and assistance. So, in conclusion, what I've learned as a learner, I've learned how evaluate actual AOD problem from Michelle's situation, environmental elements, and complicated human history are constantly linked to AOD concerns. I've come to this realization given Michelle's history of alcohol and drug use, as well as her overdose. It is interactive active that her substances abuse be looked into. After finishing this study, I've now seen how important it is to combine trauma infant practice with ecological system theory in order to have more through knowledge, my understanding of the client's family history, so uh, service physiological stress and additions problem has increased as a result. It is also made recommendations for future study area and the environmental issues. Later on, I will focus on multi-demonstrational evaluation in my future career, study individual and systemic Tracy as a micro, meso, and micro levels is crucial. For example, I will research the effective of the politic context, family context patterns, and the social cultural origins on client. I will be able to prove more focused treatment and a wider viewpoint as a result. By using an holistic approach, I will be able to avoid the drawbacks of the single point analysis and better comprehend the complex dynamic of clients. I will also prioritize the need and the sentiments of the client and work hard to prove and secure environments for the clients. And also, in order to avoid the fixing problem on my own, I will be uh, looking at the client unique requirements and the experience while developing the intervention techniques in order to access the client in regarding their independence and self-assurance. I will actively listen to their emotions, prove them choice, and speak positively to them. In order to completely assess client, I will also place a high priority on working with the predictions. My attitude and understanding of social work have improved as a result of this experience. In my future work, I want to use this skill to assist the client more professionally and more kindly environment to them. Thank you for listening today.